What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, family? It's your boy Aaron signing back in once again, being consistent for y'all, showing up every day for y'all, coming back at y'all, coming back with y'all with another video. And as y'all can see, today I took myself on a picnic date, y'all. Wanted to come out and just chill out this at a little nearby park and get some air. I don't know, I'll be saying this a lot, but this summer I'm really trying to take advantage of it before it start being cold and I just start missing the summer again. But as y'all can see, it's a big old field around. Y'all see me just running earlier, so hopefully y'all got a laugh out of that. But anyways, y'all, before the video start, I want to start off with a prayer, a daily prayer before we go throughout what our day. And before I get on this topic, God is God in every season or situation. Let your will be done. Please be glorified through my life and show me how I can honor you with my words and actions. Let everything I say and I do glorify you and encourage others. In Jesus' name, amen. And yeah, y'all, just start the video off with just a prayer and everything. But as y'all can see from the title of the video, I really don't want to make this too long. I really want to just dive straight into the topic of fear, y'all. Let's basically start off with what fear is, and then I'm gonna continue on with a motivational speech and the topics on it. But right now, let's talk about what fear is. And fear is like that feeling when you feel anxious on doing something. It's something that's holding you back from taking that chance on yourself. Or it can also be another way. You have a fear of all type of stuff. Like claustrophobic and spiders and snakes. All that other stuff I can include in fear. But the main thing I want to focus on for fear is like the fear of us like taking that risk on ourselves. And this is what this video is going to tie into. Just more of it's more of a fear on just chasing our dreams and taking a risk on quitting that job and not even quitting the job, but taking that chance on just starting a YouTube channel, starting that business, starting that side hustle, starting everything, the things that you really want to do and your purpose, basically. And like I said, it be holding a lot of us back. And I still, to this day, as I'm not a perfect human being, but some I still go through a fear moments. It's kind of crazy because even in the Bible and stuff, it says fear nothing but God. And as a Christian, like me on this journey being with God and everything, like I still catch myself having fear on doing things. My fear is like myself. Like, is this gonna is this gonna hurt me, or am I gonna learn from this? Am I making a mistake? It's like fear like that. Like when I'm gonna go after for something, especially in finances, like when I lose money, it's like, dang, I put some money into this and now I don't know if I'm gonna get it back. Like stuff like that be just in my type of fear and stuff. And one thing I start doing to overcome all that is just like telling myself, like, fear is really a emotion. And one thing about emotions, y'all, emotions are a good thing. Don't let it be a bad thing. But one thing, emotions can stop you from pursuing your dreams and become better. And us as males, we can't be ran off of emotions for real. Like not as much than what the world tries to perceive it. We can't really be on our emotions so much because it's like at the end of the day we have to have that discipline with ourselves, like especially like the stuff we want to do. And I know emotions are going to be here, but one thing I could say is emotions is temporary. Like, it's only a feeling. And one thing about feelings, y'all, is just not, even what I'm gonna use in the Bible from Jesus, like when he was going on a fasting journey, he felt like eating but he couldn't because he wanted to challenge himself and everything. And how the devil is trying to tempt him to do that. And that's why I kind of use the devil in that way. Like the devil sometimes can be more of our feelings because he would try to make us go into the worldly things. And that's why sometimes I can say our feelings are important, to let all that emotion stuff out. It's important to do that, but it's not important to let our emotions control us in a way. Like, it's important for you to control your emotion. If you feel upset, angry, or anything, like, or fear, like this is what this video is about. Even when you're scared, like it's for you to control that and overcome that. And fear is a good thing, y'all. Like I really look at it as a good thing. It's not a negative thing. That's why I'm gonna try to make this video on more positive fear. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, fear, you're still a human being at the end of the day. You're still scared. All these entrepreneurs have stories on that. The book I'm reading, it's like a lot of these people that, successful entrepreneurs and everything, they still go through everything, like fears and doubts, but it's just like they control it and they overcome it in a way. So this is what this video will be more about, just us talking on the topic of fear. Hopefully my sentence made more sense. All right, but this is what y'all can do to overcome y'all fears and become more confident and everything. So this is some tips I'm gonna throw out. Is you can acknowledge the fear, don't suppress it, don't deny it, say it out loud or write it down. Examples would be like, I'm afraid of failing, I'm afraid of being rejected, I'm afraid of change. Naming your fears reduces its power. It makes it seem like something you can face, not something that controls you from the shadows. Two, you want to understand the root of the fear and ask yourself, where is this fear coming from? Is it based on real threat or image outcome? Did something in the past trigger this? Often fear is response to the past experiences, internal beliefs, or not present reality. Three, you could take small. Three is the thing I preach the most on this channel, like taking them one steps at a time. Not one step at a time, or taking small steps at a time. Fear feeds and inaction. You don't have to take big giant steps, y'all. You can take these small steps. Speak up in a meeting. One day, if you're at a job and y'all at a meeting or something, or even at school, like if it's a class project, like speak up. Like, don't sit there and be quiet, because majority of us just try to be quiet and stuff. Even if you don't know the answer, like just say something. Let that all out, because like one thing I say, closed mouths don't get really fed. Reframe your thoughts. Your mind believes what you tell it, instead of what if I fail, try. What if I succeed, what will I learn? Even if I fall, I'll grow. So start being more optimistic to your fears. Like, what can you really learn from your fear? And if you try to do the thing that you want to do, like what will happen? Like, you got to really start thinking that. Like, don't let your fear, don't be thinking too much on your fear. Think on more of a positive situation. Like, okay, if I do this, like, am I gonna feel happier or something? Like, let's try to make some steps. But 5, you could practice being uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Train yourself to lean into discomfort. Try something new each week. Embrace awkward conversation. Do things before you feel ready. If fear shrinks every time you prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort. For example, I go to the gym a lot. Like, that's one thing I do. Like, I love working out and everything. And the reason I'm working out so much, because it's putting yourself under that pressure when you don't feel like doing something. Like it'd be days I don't feel like going to the gym, but it's me being so disciplined and putting myself in that uncomfortability, because I don't be wanting to lift these weights sometimes, and on top of that, I do calisthenics, so I don't want to be holding myself up all the time and doing handstands. But it's like, I gotta do this because I know it's gonna be an outcome on it. So definitely want to put yourself on a delayed gratification and take yourself out of that instant gratification. Try to do something new. 6, visualize success and close your eyes and see yourself doing the thing you fear. And succeeding, your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. Visualization builds confidence and rewires fear. And that's just some 6 tips I wanted to give out to y'all on how to overcome them. Based off that, that them tips is just like, don't look at fear as a bad thing. Like, that's what I don't want y'all to do. Like, it's not a bad thing. A lot of us try to use it as it's bad, but it's really a good thing, because it is showing that it's showing that you still have some type of motion and something that's blocking you to get into that next part of yourself. I look at it as that way. Like, it's something that's in the way of blocking you, for when I was younger, I used to be scared of spiders, y'all. I'm sure some of y'all watching this probably still scared of spiders, but me, I used to have arachnophobia like crazy. If I seen a big old spider, I'm calling my mom, and yeah, I'm not handling that. She got that one. But what maybe overcome that, like I said, y'all, like it was just one day. One day I'm gonna have kids, and they gonna be scared to do things and go out here and take a chance, or even like they gonna be scared of little stuff like this, like spiders and stuff, and they gonna be calling me and be like, "Hey, Dad, can you kill this spider for me?" I had to really think on that, like, bro, do I see myself at being this father figure that I want my kids to look up to, still scared of spiders? And I was like, at the age, like, I had to really think on that. And I'm like, bro, I got to overcome this. I just got to do it. And no matter how scared that big that spider was, it was one day when I came in the house, the spider was about this big. And I was like, you know what? I got to just kill it. And all I did was just step on it, y'all. It was just like, and what I got from it, I'm like, damn, it wasn't as bad as I thought. But to get into the next topic, y'all, because like I said, I don't really want to make this video too long. I really want to get my point across to y'all as quick as possible. And I want to be straight. I want to get my point to y'all. I don't really want to hold too much of y'all time up, because I know some of y'all got valuable time, and I don't want to really hold y'all for too long. But let's take a moment and think about something we all carry. Something invisible, yet incredibly powerful. It shapes our decisions, it limits our dreams, and sometimes stops us before we even start. That something is called fear. Fear is not always the enemy. It's weird into us for a reason. To protect us, to keep us alive. But the same instinct that kept our ancestors safe from predators can now keep us trapped in our comfort zone, away from growth, and far from our full potential. Let's be honest, we've all felt it. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. It whispers worst case scenarios and convinces us that what could go wrong is more important than what could go right. The life you dream of, the goals you're chasing, they live just on the other side of fear. Every success story, every breakthrough, every person who made a difference, they didn't do it because they had no fear. They did it and despite the fear. They felt it, faced it, and moved anyway. Letting go of fear doesn't mean you won't feel it. It means you're no longer driven by it. You choose courage instead. You choose faith. You choose action. So if you stand on the edge of a decision, a change, a dream that scares you, I challenge you to lean in. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Walk forward with it, trembling beside you, because fear only has power when you give it permission to hold the wheel. Remember this: fear is temporary, regret lasts forever. Behold and be bold, be brave, and never let fear decide your future. Before I wrap the video up and all that, I really want to end off with just like, show me, even if I'm hurt, even if I'm scared to do this, and knowing what the outcome's gonna be, you got to get back up and you got to keep going. And fear is going to try to stop you from getting to what you need. And like that quote said like that speech said at the end, like, you don't want to live with regret, and you want to go out here and pursue as much stuff you can as possible, because life is really given for us for experience, and a lot of us be holding ourselves back. But anyways, y'all, hope y'all got something from this video. I really love every single one of y'all. Y'all are like family. The grind do not stop. The boy is gonna keep going and going, and I want to keep impacting as much people as possible. It's my goal. Like I said, I love every single one of y'all. Feel free to like the video if y'all enjoyed it. Feel free to comment on each other's comments. Let's talk down there. start having conversation. The boy Aaron is finna sign out, finna go out here, enjoy this view. Somebody back there walking, but y'all probably want to see that. Hold on. Before we get out of here, I gotta run this field one more time for you. All right, y'all. I try my best to run it. This field is big. Oh my goodness. There's still more field around me too, because that's not it. But anyways, y'all, I am out of breath. I love every single one of y'all. What I do for y'all, man, it's the craziest things. But I really had to get that off, you know, get some exercise, get my cardio going for the day. But anyways, y'all, I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the video. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.